Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Apologies for the fact that there was no video last week. It has truly been such a manic few weeks. I feel like I haven't really had a second to just pause. There's been so much going on. I've been all over the place, so forgive me for missing last week. I was gonna try and film a video and then I got to the point where I was like, I literally do not have the time. So we're back to it this week with our monthly wrap up. I will say beginning of August, actually no, I'd say up till the 20th of August, it was looking a bit dire. I was like, I've read 3 books this month, but we've got it up. I think I've read 7 or 8, I can't remember, but I've done pretty well. So we're going to do my reading journal in today's video, go over the books that I read in August and books that are on my September TBR. I am very excited for September. There's quite a few new releases this month which I'm looking forward to. It's also my birthday month, so keep an eye out for next week because I'm going to be posting a birthday vlog because it's my birthday this weekend. But yeah, I am not going to waste your time. We're going to get on with doing my book journal and yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so we are now moving on to my wrap-up section of the video where I'm going to discuss the 8 books that I read in August, so let's get to it. The first book that I read last month was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This was such an unexpected 5-star read for me. I, prior to reading this, had only read one Taylor Jenkins Reid book and that was One True Loves, and not gonna lie, I hated it. That one, I had to force myself through. So I was I've always been hesitant to pick up another Taylor Jenkins Reid book since that one. But I'd seen so many positive reviews around this one that I just thought I have to pick it up. I was so intrigued and boy was I not disappointed. This was utter perfection. I don't have a single bad thing to say about this book. However, I will say I don't remember the last time I have cried that violently. When I tell you, and I'm not even exaggerating, I was wailing. This book had me in pain. It is just so heart-wrenching, the entire book, because basically to kind of give you the premise, the bad thing happens right at the beginning and then the rest of the book is almost their history leading up to that moment with the odd snippet of the bad event, and then it gets to the last chapter and you're like, this needs to go the way that I want it to, because I genuinely got to the point where I was like, if this doesn't end how I want, I don't think I can ever recover, because I just so badly wanted Joan and Vanessa to have their happy ending. They deserved so much. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but if you have been looking at this book and thinking about reading it and you've not read it yet, this is your sign to do so, because you will not be disappointed. It is true perfection, and this book has really convinced me to pick up other Taylor Jenkins Reid books, so I'm definitely planning to in the future. But yeah, this was such an easy 5-star for me to give. The second book that I read in August was Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. I hate to say, I didn't love this one. Do you know what it was? I obviously, as we all know, love The Conditions of Will. So when we found out that Jessa was coming out with another book so soon, I was like, I literally can't wait. And I historically have loved Jessa Hastings' books. This one, I feel like for the first half, I was there. I liked it. And then it got to the point where I was just, I mean, to be fair, this thing, it's not like it's a bad book. In a way, it actually really credits Jessa's writing, because I was so angry at the characters for both being just so stupid, for the fact that they like refused to just have a conversation and communicate. And the way that the end was, I actually had to like, I think, really decompress when I finished this book, because the way that Isolde gets treated in this book at the end, my heart sunk, because it almost, I guess you get so invested in them that it almost felt like Joa had done it to me, and I was like, I need to like walk away. I think I feel about this how I felt about the first Magnolia Parks book. I am of the firm belief that like the first Magnolia Parks book, you kind of have to get through that one to get to the rest of the series. It's my least favourite out of all of them. And this one, it's very similar in terms of like a toxic relationship. Very different in that like these two don't have the history that Parks and BJ do, but I don't know. It was definitely good. I think if you love Magnolia Parks, you will love this, especially if you loved the first one. For me, this wasn't I just was getting really angry, and I think that's the only reason I don't like it. The book itself, really good. How I felt about it, not so great. Hope that makes sense. After that, I actually read the next one on Kindle, and that was The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk by Carissa Broadbent. I was really looking forward to this one, and again, I was a bit disappointed. I read the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I read the first two, I think like 2 years ago now, if not longer ago. And then I read, what's it called? The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. I read that more recently and I loved it, and so I was so excited for this one to come out. And I'm not gonna lie, it was just a bit meh. Like, I felt like I got probably like 60% in and I was like, I couldn't tell you what happened. Like, it just, I don't know, like even now I'm actually trying to think back to like what did happen, and I don't remember. I don't remember at all. So I guess do with that what you will. But yeah, it was sad because I love Carissa Broadbent's writing. I have historically loved all of her books that I've read, so I really was hoping that this was going to be a good one. So I just think this one was a miss for me. I don't know how other people feel about that since it's come out, but yeah, sadly was a bit underwhelming. So I think I gave that one a 3 stars, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. Next book was a very highly anticipated release for me, and that was Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. Again, if you've watched, I can't remember how many weeks ago it was now, my rereading 5-star reads video, I reread Love Unwritten, which is one of my favourite books of all time. And so I had really high expectations for this one because both of the books in the Lakefront Billionaire series, like preceding this one, were so good. And I was like a little bit skeptical because I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. And I was really worried, like, what if it's bad? Like, it might ruin my view of the whole series. But I should have trusted Lauren Asher because this was, again, just so good. Couldn't put it down. I loved reading this one, especially as it was like, I don't know, it was like fake dating done to perfection. Also, like, slow burn. Also, there was like a little bit of history between Lorenzo and Lily. And yeah, if you haven't read the Lakefront Billionaires series, seriously, what are you doing? I understand they're a little bit intimidating because they are chunkier books, but they don't feel like it in my opinion. I think because they are so gripping for me personally, I have sped through them whenever I've read them, so I would highly recommend. But I gave this one 4 stars. I don't think I loved this one as much as Love Unwritten, but that one is like unprecedented in my mind. So, but this one was still so enjoyable, and I'd highly recommend. Then the next 3 books were basically me just really tackling my physical TBR. So book number 5 of the month was The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. I have had the Off Campus series sat on my shelves for God knows how long now. And I read The Deal ages ago, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna pick them up and read them, because I have to be in quite a niche mood, I think, for a sports romance. And so I was just like, I need to just ignore that and just pick them up and read them. This one, it was enjoyable. I will say there were certain things that Logan did that I did not love. Also, yeah, like the main mistake happens really early on in the book, and then after that, I don't know, it was fine. Like this one was just like, I did enjoy it. I read it really quick. I think I read it in like a day. And yeah, not much else to say about it. If you want like a really quick, fluffy, very steamy, actually, these ones were very steamy, hockey romance, pick it up. I'm sure you'll love it. Then after that one, I moved straight on to The Score, which is about Dean and Ally. Again, to be fair, no, this one I enjoyed more. I think, I don't know what it is about the like reformed playboy storyline though that I just don't think I love, in all honesty. I gave it a 4. I really enjoyed it. Again, quick, fluffy, easy to read. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Then again, went straight on to reading The Goal, which follows Sabrina and Tucker. This one I did not love. This one was a bit harder to get through. Sabrina was just kind of like unnecessarily detached. Like she didn't really have a reason, to be honest, to have such commitment issues. Also with someone like Tucker, who was showing her time and time again that he was in it for the long run, even after, like, also pregnancy trope, which normally I don't really mind, this one hated it, because one, I'm sorry, but the pregnancy didn't really make sense for her character. Like, she was someone who was so driven, so like adamant for her career, but still wanted to have the child. Especially she wasn't committing to Tucker either, so I was like, I'm not quite seeing the rationale here, but okay. Yeah, she was just a bit of a bitch, to be honest. Sabrina was. Didn't love her. Tucker was amazing, you know, as much as you could possibly want from a book boyfriend. I gave this one a 3. Again, it wasn't bad. I just found it's not my favourite. It's not my favourite type of romance, to be honest. And then the final book that I read in August was actually The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I feel like I was gonna read that when I first got into reading, however many years ago it was now. And then there's been like a few occasions over time where I've been like, oh, I might pick it up. And then I was prompted this time because I keep seeing all the press around the movie, and I was like, fine, I want to read it. And I loved it. And as soon as I was reading it, I was like, why didn't I pick this up earlier? Like, it was so fun. And I loved their dynamic. I also love that like storyline of this really like grumpy guy who is grumpy with everyone apart from her. Like, for her, he has all the time in the world. Loved that. Adam Carlson, chef's kiss. Literally couldn't ask for a better man. Yeah, oh, and the way, the end, if you've read it, oh my god, the way he stands up for her at the end, lost my mind. I was literally sat in bed like, you go Adam, you get him. Yeah, I loved Love Hypothesis. So those are the 8 books that I read in August. I would actually say it was a pretty good reading month. to be honest, despite the fact that I spent about 2 weeks reading The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk, but we got there in the end. So for September, I have quite a few, well, there's like at least 3 new releases coming out that I'm like super excited about. The first one being, obviously, and I'm sure anyone who knows me is waiting for this TBR pick, Wildcard by Elsie Silver. Elsie Silver is one of my favourite authors of all time. I'm so excited for her new release, and I think it comes out, so either like a couple days before my birthday or a couple days after, I can't remember, but I'm really excited to read Wildcard. It's just, I mean, Elsie Silver, she can't write a bad book. She literally can't. Put it out there, but I'm really excited for that one. So that is 1000% on my TBR this month. I'm going to be reading that the second it's on Kindle Unlimited. Another new release that's coming out this month is People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. Hannah Bonham Young is one of those authors that I hadn't read for the longest time. Sorry, my dog is going crazy in the background. Yeah, I've read 2 of her books now, and I just love her writing, and I'm so excited to read People Watching. I also do feel like it's giving like autumnal vibes, and now that we're in September, I'm like, give me all the autumnal vibes. I'm here for it. So I'm very excited to read that one. Another book that's coming out this month is Soul Searching by Lila Sage. It is the first book in her new series, which I'm very intrigued and excited about. I loved the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I love Lila Sage's writing. It's so easy to read, and I don't know, I've been in a real like romance mood recently, so I'm really looking forward to having some new romance reads. But yeah, that one is like so high up on my TBR as well. Only thing is that one does come out right at the end of the month, so I don't think I'll be able to read it this month, but putting it on there just in case I find it early or something. Then some other books that are on my TBR this month that aren't new releases are Play With Me by Becca Mack. I have had that on my shelf for God knows how long, and now that I've started kind of like really knocking down my TBR, I was like, we're just gonna get to it, I think, soon. I've just got to find like a good time where I'm in the mood for it. And then another book that I'm planning to read this month, I hope, is Metal Slinger. I can't remember the author's name, but it's one of those fantasies I've heard really good things about. And again, as the weather is starting to get a little bit cooler, we're heading into autumn, I feel like it's the perfect time to start picking up more fantasy reads. So I'm very excited to get to that one too. Okay, so that is everything we have for this week's video. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. I have had such a great reading month, and I'm really excited for all the books that we're going to get to in September. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It means a lot to me. Comment below any videos that you'd like to see from me, or any books that you'd like to see me read, and I will see you all next week with my birthday vlog. Bye!